is Newswatch 12 Midday.
Continuing our coverage this midday of the anniversary of the Alameda fire, as thousands of people evacuated this night 1 year ago, hotels in the area filled up quickly, leaving many with no place to go. The Jackson County Expo became the evacuation shelter, and emergency services worked to make sure that people were fed and at least had a place to sleep.
The other issue that was just huge was what to do with survivors, because that fire moved quick, and you had, literally in a matter of hours, we had somewhere, the estimates vary, but the estimates, somewhere between 7,500 and 8,500 people were left homeless in a matter of hours. And all the hotels filled up, and they had no place to go. And so that first night of hosting an estimated 2,000 people at the expo grounds, and feeding them and basically just providing essential needs for them in real time was a huge burden and a huge test for the county and for the Emergency Operations Center.
The community outpouring of support was really incredible to see. Shortly after the fires, donations began pouring in. And Newswatch 12's Caleb Michael actually spoke with two of the people who were in charge of the evacuation center at the expo about how the community rallied together to help one another in a time of need.
Teamwork makes the dream work. It's kind of a corny phrase, but it rings true, and especially when disaster strikes. Because when it does come, it can either tear you apart, or in this case, it can bring you closer together.
It's a feeling that some people know too well.
Yeah, that first day of the fire was pretty crazy,
as they had to leave their homes in a moment's notice.
When I got there, I started seeing people pouring in masses and really realized the scope of this incident and the amount of people that were going to need to be helped.
Steve Lambert served as incident commander of the evacuation center at the expo.
What was going through my head at that time was really, how are we going to make this work in such a short amount of time, and who are the people that are going to help us make this work?
One of those people was Jay Domis.
We clearly had a very common mission, and it was to take care of these people that had lost everything in many cases.
They put that mission into action and got to work.
We started putting all the pieces of the puzzle together with the relationships that we had formed in the past of trying to get the right people on site to help with the services that were going to be needed.
Calling on the community to provide even the most basic things to their neighbors in need.
And we had community partners bringing food, just bringing food to help feed people.
Bonds that were formed in one of the toughest times we've ever experienced paid off.
And it was really all of these relationships that we had formed during this COVID process the past 6 months prior to the fire that really led to a rapid and fairly successful response out there.
And helped them to see the best amidst the worst.
It was really great to see families helping other families, people just reaching out to other people who were going through the same thing. And those memories are quite powerful.
So they know that if they're ever called on again,
we're better prepared and we know who to call for help when we need it.
Because
we did it.
Reporting in Medford, Caleb Michael, Newswatch 12.